Good morning, everybody. Marcel Irnie, IrnieracingNews, Canadian.Journalist. Canada's population now estimated at 40,528,000 plus. What has happened? 430,635 people estimated to have come into Canada in the last quarter. 430,000 people in the last quarter of 2023. We all know Trudeau's been brought in around, 450,000 immigrants were allowed to enter Canada on his yearly campaign, which will now become 500,000 next year, moving up to 500,000 migrants in 2024 and 2025 and more. And that doesn't include the legal ones crossing the road over in Quebec. So, of course, Stats Canada likes to break it down as, these are non-permanent residents. I don't know if I believe them. Do you guys believe them? So let's read into it. Canada's population was estimated at 40.5 million on October 1st, 2023, an increase of 430,000. From July 1st, this was the highest population growth rate in any quarter since the second quarter of 1957, when Canada's population grew by 198,000. At the time, Canada's population was 16.7 million people, and this rapid growth resulted from high numbers of births during the post-war baby boom. Well, we know we don't have that. We know we actually have a declining population, which means we don't have a population to take care of the elderly. And that's really actually... There's a story I just read about Japan where essentially every 8 days an elderly person is killed because the young person doesn't want to take care of them. So there's just no population to take care of the elderly. The 1.5 babies a year will not keep up with the growth. Canada's total population growth for the first 9 months of 2023 is 1,030,000. Wow. Had already exceeded the total growth for any other full year period. So, housing prices, rent prices, how is this affecting everybody? What do you guys see in your market? Write in the comments. It's like, what have you seen in the last 3 years under Trudeau's recent COVIDism reign with housing prices and rental prices? I know here in Kelowna, the Okanagan, all over Canada, prices are ridiculous, but certainly here in the Okanagan, $2,000 a month, what does it get you now? A little shack. It's pretty much, you got to spend $2,500, $3,000 to get something decent for a rental. Like if you want a garage to store your motorcycles and work on them, and dogs and animals, it makes it tough. Population growth rate in the third quarter of 2023 exceeded the national level. And then Alberta, most of them are in Alberta. Everybody's moving to Alberta too, from Ontario. Alberta received the biggest growth overall. Maybe it's not showing it here, but in terms of people moving to Alberta, I just read that yesterday. International migration continues to be the main source of Canada's population growth. In the third quarter, the vast majority, 96% of the population growth, was due to international migration. The rest of the gain, 4%, was a result of natural increase or the difference between the number of births and deaths. The contribution of natural increased population growth is expected to remain low in the coming years. Yes, of course, among low fertility levels. Canada welcomed 107,000 plus immigrants in the third quarter. Those are legal ones. From January to September, immigration reached 79.8%, 371,000 of immigration, refugees, and citizenship. Canada's target of 465,000. No, that's Trudeau's Liberals' target of 465,000 immigrants for the year. We can't keep up with that. We don't have the houses to support any of us. That's why the housing prices is at $2 million for some shit normal house. $2 million. This is fake dollars, fake money, fake bank lending money. And now people are going to start losing their homes when they have to refinance their mortgage at 8%. Versus your 2% of the past or less. From July 1st to October 1st, the country saw non-permanent residents increase the total from almost 2.2 million to 2.5 million. This represents a net increase of 312,758 non-permanent residents in the third quarter, which is the greatest. Yes. Alberta attracts interprovincial migrants from all provinces and territories. Here we are. All provinces and territories recorded losses in their interprovincial migration exchange in the third quarter of 23, except Alberta, which continued to have the highest net gains at 17,000, and New Brunswick was plus 21 with a very small gain. Wow, 17,000 versus 21. Why do you think people are going to Alberta? Is it something to do with like Danielle Smith? Does this have something to do with the price of fuel, the price of living? Alberta has registered interprovincial migration gains of 10,000 or more for 5 consecutive quarters for the first time since comparable data were made available from 1971. Most of Alberta's population gains through interprovincial migration were due to exchanges with Ontario and British Columbia. In contrast, British Columbia experienced 5 consecutive quarters of interprovincial migration losses for the first time since the quarter. That's right, guys. People are leaving BC and going to Alberta. People are at least leaving Ontario and going to Alberta. And don't bring your political voting with you. Don't migrate your vote. You screwed up your one place. Don't bring it over to Alberta. God damn it. Don't you realize why you're leaving your places? Why do you think LA? Why do you think San Francisco is a barren freaking dredgeland of theft, violence, homelessness? Don't move to Texas and bring your voting Democrat persuade with you. You're not even a Democrat anymore. You're extreme left-wing, crazy nutjob voters. That's what you are. Well, not all of you, but a lot of you. Despite the continuous net losses of interprovincial migration in Ontario, which began in the first quarter of 2020, the province showed a smaller net loss in the third quarter we only lost 6,000 in the third quarter. Meanwhile, the Atlantic provinces observed a negligible or negative net, which from 2020 to 2022. Yeah, I'm just reading ahead here. Well, that's that, guys. That's that. IrnieracingNews, Canadian.Journalist. Start thinking about what you're voting for. Hope you guys signed the petition E4701 to have in 45 days, ending on December 24th. Just search in E4701 petition. It'll pop right up. Sign it, your name, phone number, email, and postal code. And then you verify with your email. And it's the Outs Trudeau's Liberal NDP coalition, and have call for an election within 45 days of December 24th, 2023. So far, 367,000 people have signed it. Ernie Racing.